contract on.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start. Yeah,
I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Rivers to throw it. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid drafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon.
At the Texans' 40-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
2nd down and goal. Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Barkevius Mingo, the former number 6 pick. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, Rivers. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston Texans, their offense returning to the field here. And Charles, those two games that we talked about earlier that they've had so far this year, both came down to 2 plays essentially. So they could be 2-0, they could be 0-2. Maybe they're right where they should be at 1-1.
Yeah, the first big play, a 58-yard field goal by Will Lutz in the opener at New Orleans. And then that big-time tackle by Justin Reed on Leonard Fournette on the 2-point try. You're exactly right. 1-1 fits, but boy, they could go either way. Now here's the kicker for them. They go to the Chargers, who just lost to the Lions, so they'll be extra motivated. Home against Carolina, who knows what's going on with the Panthers and Cam Newton. And then home against Atlanta, which got a big Sunday night win against Philadelphia.
Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they're facing a very tough 3rd and 11. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. On the left side, this is Stills. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. On the return, it's King. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards. Good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there. And he's the guy, Mike Williams, that the Chargers took 7th overall a couple of years ago. Battled injuries as a rookie, but in full health last year, he caught 43 passes with a knack of really finding the end zone. 10 of those 43 catches went for touchdowns. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. CD, we want to remind folks, in honor of its 100th season, the NFL is encouraging fans to join players, teams, and the NFL family in a year-long volunteer initiative called Huddle for 100. Choose a cause, volunteer 100 minutes of your time, and help shape what your community will look like for the next 100 years. Visit NFL.com/huddle for 100 to track your minutes and get rewarded. Tackle made by Thomas Davis. On 2nd down, Johnson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the 1st half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Watson, and it's caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Darren Fells. his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Rivers. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Right, 89.
On 1st and 10, Rivers going deep here for Allen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night, they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams. An 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. They go play action. Rivers. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's Eckler again. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Rivers on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake here. Rivers. Wide open receiver complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Ready! Check 13! Check red! Red! White!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Hey, we got 3 down.
They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Justin Jackson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers have taken the lead. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the second try.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Texans offense now readying for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Watson, and this is caught by Fells, right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Faking the give, now Watson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's taken down inside the 30. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 28.
First down, Houston.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. Watson on first down. And off the deflection, it's caught. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Sometimes luck is all you need. That was not even the intended receiver on that play.
Well, Johnny on the spot, though.
Yeah, and it turned into a big play for those guys on offense. They'll take it each and every time.
Watson operating from the gun. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Where's the set? 19. 52 the mark. Cut. Out to go. 52 the mark. Down the go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, this is caught. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The Charger drive about to get going. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive tunnel.
Agreed. What you were looking for. Get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Hey, box truck.
Play action now. Rivers. He sets to fire deep. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rivers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Rivers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick, just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, Will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, run through the post, and this thing could be over. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Hyde on the draw. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime that ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Watson and the Texans now down 21-14, 57 seconds to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Watson now to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Watson finding fouls complete. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were